Welcome back to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to clear at a Joe Biden versus Donald Trump election prediction, considering the fact that Donald Trump wins over 350 electoral votes. Let's get into today's video. Welcome back to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to clear at the possibility that Donald Trump wins over 350 electoral votes. Now, hopefully next week I will do a prediction if Joe Biden wins over 350 electoral votes. Now, obviously, I do not think that Donald Trump will win over 350 electoral votes. This is rather a prediction, assuming that Donald Trump does win over 350 electoral votes, although I do not think that that will actually happen in the general election. So we are going over several of these particular states here and giving some of the safe states, likely states, lean states to Donald Trump. For this video, I will not be color coding the states as being lean, likely, or tilt. I will simply be just putting them as being all red or all blue. I will not be color coding them as being tilt, likely, or lean, but I will just be putting them as being red or blue. So that is for several of those states right over there, along with those margins there. Not no margins, but just those particular states. So if Donald Trump had 214 electoral votes, obviously for this prediction, he would have to win about 130 electoral votes more in order to reach 350 electoral votes. Now, do I think that Donald Trump's going to win 350 electoral votes? No, I do not think that he's going to win 350 electoral votes. But let's take a look here at some possibilities. Moving on here with some of the swing states here. In the state of Nevada, we do see here that Trump is leading Biden by approximately 4.3%. And we do see that in the majority of polling data. Trump is leading Biden by 4.3% in the state of Nevada. In the state of Arizona, Trump is leading Biden by 5.4%. And when we look at the most of the polling data, Trump is leading Biden continuously for quite some time. Moving on here, we are taking a look here at several of the other states here in the state of North Carolina. In the state of North Carolina, we do see that Trump is leading Biden by around 5.5% and has been like that continually for quite some time. Moving on here to the state of Georgia. In the state of Georgia, Trump is leading Biden by approximately 5%. And it also has been like that for quite some time. Trump has been leading Biden for a 5%. Moving on here to the state of Michigan, Trump is leading Biden by 3.7%. It has been like that for quite some time. Although you do see here that Biden was leading Trump by around 1 to 1.5%, 0.5%, 0.5% to 1.5% in August, September, and early October of 2023. Now, following mid-October, you do see that Trump started to end up leading Biden. And one of the main reasons why I believe that Trump started beating Biden was due to the Israel-Hamas attack. Because when you look at most of the polling data, you do see here that Biden was actually leading Trump right until mid-October. And obviously, we do know that the Israel-Hamas attack happened in mid-October. So I do believe that was one of the reasons why Trump's approval rating here, or rather his matchup against Biden, started to increase. Moving on here to the state of Wisconsin, Trump is currently beating Biden by 1.2%. Biden is leading in certain polls, although Trump is leading by 1.2%, an extremely slim margin. Moving on here to the state of Pennsylvania, which is an even slimmer margin for the former president, an almost statistical tie. We do see here that it is pretty much a dead heat. You do see here that Trump was leading Biden for quite some time in October, November, and even December, although all of a sudden Biden started to end up leading Trump in around February, and now you do see here that Trump is coming back up and is beating Biden by only 0.5%, which do show that the polls in Pennsylvania are at a dead heat, statistically speaking. So now let's go ahead and give Donald Trump several of these swing states that we just listed, considering the fact that this will be a very favorable prediction towards the former president, considering the fact that we will give him over 350 electoral votes. Moving on here, let's go ahead and give Donald Trump several of all the districts in the state of Nebraska, along with one of the districts in the state of Maine that we do put Donald Trump at 311 electoral votes. Now let's take a look here at some other scenarios that we could see ending up happening. Let's take a look here at the state of Minnesota and the state of Virginia. So let's go here and take a look here at the state of Minnesota here. We do see here that Trump is leading Biden by 3%. By 3%, Biden is leading Trump. And taking a look here at the state of Virginia, we do see here that Biden is leading Trump by 4.3%. In the state of Minnesota, Biden's leading Trump by 3%, which is a relatively small margin. Obviously, I think that Biden is going to win in the state of Minnesota. I think that Biden is going to win in the state of Virginia. But for this video, we will assume that Trump is being overperformed or overestimated by the polls, or that he will recover his polling data by the election due to the fact that this is obviously going to be a very favorable prediction towards Donald Trump. And I don't think that Donald Trump can win Minnesota. I don't think he can win Virginia. Although this is obviously going to be considering the fact that he wins over 350 electoral votes. And we will also give him the rest of the 2 congressional districts in the state of Nebraska at 336. Moving on here, let's go ahead and take a look here at another key state here, the state of New Mexico, and we'll start by New Mexico. Okay, so New Mexico here, current polling here shows down Joe Biden leading Trump by 8 points, 11 points, and 10 points and 7 points. So relatively large margins there. Although again, we are doing a relatively favorable prediction towards the former president, so we will go ahead and give him the state of New Mexico. Moving on here to the state of Colorado, a key critical swing state for either the Trump or Biden camps here. We'll take a look at this particular state here, the state of Colorado. Biden is leading by 4 points, 5 points, 6 points, 8 points, 7 points, 9 points, and 4 points. Now, let's take a look here at how the state voted in the 2020 election. So taking a look at the particular polls here from the 2020 election in the state of Colorado. Colorado was obviously worth 9 electoral votes in the 2020 election, although now it is worth 10 electoral votes following the 2020 census. We do see here that in the 2020 election, Biden was leading Trump by approximately 14 percentage points. So when we look at that, that's 14 percentage points. Although when we look at polling right now, we do see here that Biden is currently leading Trump by only 4 points, 5 points, 8 points, 13 points. Not 13 points, but 7 points, 9 points, and 4 points. So we will give Donald Trump here the state of Colorado. That will put him at 351 electoral votes. And obviously, we would end up giving all the other states here, all the remaining states, to President Biden. So just to go ahead and show you how that would end up working out, let me go ahead and fill out all these states for Joe Biden here, the current president, along with the state of Hawaii. And we will go ahead and give Joe Biden several of the congressional districts in the state of Maine. So that being said, we do have Donald Trump at 351 electoral votes. As promised, Donald Trump is going over 350 electoral votes, and Joe Biden at 187 electoral votes. Now, obviously, this is the bare minimum for Trump to reach over 350 electoral votes. Please do note, folks, that this is not my actual prediction. My prediction is that Donald Trump is currently at 312, around that in the Electoral College. I don't think that he can win Minnesota. I don't think he can win Virginia. I don't think he can win Colorado, and I don't think he can win New Mexico unless polling drastically changes in the lead up to the 2024 election. Now, hopefully next week I will do a prediction similar to this next week where Joe Biden wins over 350 electoral votes. So stay tuned for that particular video. Until then, LTE out.